stay in China, and foreign tourists are making a steady return to the country as it rolls out its most relaxed visa rules yet. Citizens from 74 countries can now enter visa-free for up to 30 days. This a major shift from past policies. Beijing has expanded visa-free access to boost tourism, stimulate the economy and enhance global goodwill. In 2024 alone, over 20 million visitors entered without a visa. That's more than double last year's figure and nearly 1/3 of all arrivals. This according to immigration officials. Though local travellers still crowd most tourist spots, tour operators are preparing for a sharp rise in international visitors this summer. China reopened to tourists in early 2023 after lifting strict COVID controls, but only 13.8 million came that year, far below the 31.9 million who visited in 2019. Ambassador Goel, this move from the Chinese Communist Party looking at tourism, why might the Chinese government be looking to bring in more tourists, and what's the financial and economic situation in China currently?
I would say this is an excellent move by China, really, because there is a great deal of interest among people, not just in Southeast Asia and the Asia region, but globally, to travel to China. And by making the tourist travel visa-free for 60 countries, there obviously be a larger number of people from those countries traveling to China, and they're mostly from Asia and Africa. So therefore, China will be actually now multiplying its gains from the tourism trade, as it's a big destination, and more than really gaining economically, is going to gain a huge political advantage. See, most of the countries, when they put in visas or they restrict entry of people into the country, the purpose is twofold. One is, of course, to get some revenue from the visas before people can enter the country, or to meet the cost of their processing the visas, but also in terms of exposing the country to tourists. But other reason for the visas is also to ensure the safety and security. I would basically call the security of the country. Like for Trump, the migration from the south of its borders into the USA creates a security issue, and therefore he has gone into the deportation process, really, even though it is getting a lot of negative publicity. Now, China, by allowing the people to come without any visa restriction, would be earning a huge amount of political goodwill from these countries, where people are going to be able to say that China has been so easy on them to be able to travel to China, without knowing that really China's security system is already so efficient with the use of artificial intelligence and through the use of facial recognition, that keeping a check on people who are coming in, their movement, etc., is not a huge problem for China. Therefore, they are able to maintain the security, protect the security of the country from the people who are coming in, and at the same time earning that political goodwill. I think it's a great move by China, really.
Yes, and Ambassador Goel, of course, tourism is a key sector. We know last year around 20 million inbound trips were made using this visa into China. How could China harness a tourism industry, of course, that has blown up positively since the COVID-19 pandemic?
But if you have the facility of visa travel, the number of people who are traveling to China is going to multiply. My own assessment is it could easily go up to around 40 million from 20 million without any problem, given the size of China, given the state of economy in China, the huge capacity of the goods, and the cost and the infrastructure they already have in terms of the hotels and travel, etc. So it's going to double up. And even if we assume an expenditure of about $1,000 by every tourist, not just basically uh, air ticket, but expenditure in the country within China, what we are talking about is a $10 billion additional to the Chinese GDP. So that's a huge addition, really, in that sense. And I think that's the reason the focus on the tourism trade. They are going to definitely gain quite a lot by it.
Goel, if you